Hello everyone, this is Dr. Richard Fleming. Today is Friday, October 2nd, 2020. I'd like to express my best wishes for the President and First Lady. I understand that they have recently tested positive for SARS-CoV-2 or COVID-19. Currently, my understanding is that the symptoms are minimal, and I hope they do well without further complications. I know that the President has several times pointed out in discussions with the media that he has previously taken hydroxychloroquine and I think possibly some other medications. I want to put this video out there for anybody who has personal communications with the President to make him aware that the data that we are looking at right now from our national clinical trial on SARS-CoV-2 has collected a lot of information, some of which includes the results of people that have previously taken hydroxychloroquine and later become ill. Some of that information has to do with what happens to them should they retake hydroxychloroquine or equivalent compounds in an effort to treat the viral infection again. And while I'm not going to give full details by any means until the paper is published, it's important, given his current SARS-CoV-2 positive status, that the word get out there to him and to Mrs. Trump that taking hydroxychloroquine or equivalent medications a second time has no effect on the people that we looked at and only delays treatment from being changed to address the ongoing problem. It would be my hope that if the President or Mrs. Trump hears this video or someone hears this video and shares it with them, that they become aware that if they need treatment, there are treatments available, but a second go round of hydroxychloroquine will not help. In fact, it will just lose valuable days. On a second note, I just listened to a very interesting discussion that was posted on social media between several individuals who were talking about SARS-CoV-2 and viruses in general, as well as their perspectives on why these viruses exist, where they come from, and the wonderful imagination of terrain theory and some interesting concepts even about deuterium. There is absolutely no scientific data that shows that SARS-CoV-2, also known as COVID-19, is made from red blood cells or other cells that are dying from our body. This is a virus that is transmitted from person to person. It is not a virus that is being geared up by telecommunication towers. It is not a virus that is being geared up by deuterium in the water. Deuterium is just a form of hydrogen. It's one of the isotopes. It's used in making, or it helps to make what's called heavy water, which is part of the hydrogen bomb when it was made. It's not due to these other fanciful things. This is a real virus that is passed from person to person and needs to be addressed as such. Now, the vast majority of people will do well. I think that's clear. But for people who do become symptomatic, particularly those who have received treatment already, it's important that they recognize that hydroxychloroquine and similar treatments are not going to have an effect, a beneficial effect, the second time around. So to the President and First Lady and to anybody else listening, if you're in that scenario and as SARS-CoV-2 becomes worse, there are treatments available, and I'm open to communicating with you, or hopefully your physician is open to communicating with me. I'll be glad to share that knowledge, but not publicly until the paper is fully prepared and received by the journals for publication. The nonsense that I heard in this discussion about SARS-CoV-2 and exosomes and pleomorphic, changing red blood cells and deuterium, none of the stuff that was mentioned in this discussion has any scientific data or basis behind it. And the body parts that they're pulling these ideas out of are not body parts you should be playing with, at least in this way. For them, I can only think of the following, which was most aptly said by the filmmakers of Billy Madison.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.